Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to 7.3.3 Rising Sun and Stacking Power. This is going to be the last part on this quest. So it's going to start with Drax and going to end up a very nasty Magneto. More on him in a bit. So the nodes are going to be Rising Sun. So whenever you're going to attack the defender with a basic attack, you can get a Fury granting you 2.5% attack rating increase for 25 seconds. And when either you go above 10 Furies or when it expires, it will give you a Degen. So to remove those Furies, you have to use a heavy attack. Now combining with that, there is also stacking power. So whenever you will get whenever you get a buff on yourself, you will get 25% bar, 20% bar of power. So all the Furies that you will get from the Rising Sun, they will also give you power with stacking power. And the one annoying node that is going to be hard knock life 4. So whenever you will try to parry the opponent, you will get a passive disorient on you, and that will reduce your block proficiency and ability accuracy by 20% for 15 seconds. So the best attackers are going to be that do not get affected on their ability accuracy, or they can become disorient immune. I've mentioned quite a few there. You can also use champions that have compounding effect on their damage, that they can increase damage with the number of hits, and some other good champions are also there, namely the ones that have easy access to invisibility. Also, Degen resist and immune champions will also work great for this path. Now, my defense annuities setup are almost usually the same. I switch between your suicides and non-suicide setups. So for this path, I'm gonna go with a suicide setup. The first fight is going to be against a Drax. Now Drax is a very easy champion to deal with. He's very cooperative. So what I would like to do is I usually bring in Cable for a synergy only with Apocalypse, but because I can use him here, so I'm just going to use my parry and heavy and try to take him to a corner. And once he's in a corner, I'm going to bait his special one out. His special one is only one hit animation, so I can easily swipe back, use my heavy again, and once he does not have a bar of power, I can just keep throwing my heavy in a corner. And because of the Apocalypse synergy, Cable can bring him down very quick. Although Cable is not the best option for this path, but if you're going to bring in that synergy, you can also work like that. And remember, with every passive disorient on you, ability accuracy will be reduced by 20%. So if you have to, it's very highly likely that you're not going to be able to land your parry. So just remember that, guys, and you can easily bring Drax down. He is one of the warm-up fights for the upcoming path. Next up is going to be a Jabari Panther. Now she is really annoying defender for this set of nodes because there's already a lot going on. There is a hard knock life, there is stacking power, and there is also Rising Sun. And on top of it, you have to deal with the Huntress charges, and you will also have to deal with the cleanse charges with Jabari Panther, and she hits really hard if she gets through your defenses. Now I am going to use Apocalypse here, one because you will get bleed immune as I'm using suicides, and second you will get disorient immune, so I don't have to worry about hard knock life. Now two things: when she gets enough hunter charges, she goes into the hunt and she becomes unstunnable, so your parries will not land, so you will have to run that out. And also every time she dashes into you with the first parry, she is going to cleanse it out, so just be careful about that. And if you're using Apocalypse, have your synergy with Cable so you can have 4 charges to start with. Other champions that can work here are going to be your Archangel, your Hercules, your Colossus with Omega Red can work really nicely. Surprisingly well, that can work here is going to be your Old Man Logan. I've tried these fight myself. The whole thing is that they are immune to ability accuracy, and then you don't have to worry about hard knock life. So all you need to do is to take care about the heavy attack to remove those Furies, and you can go through this fight. But you have to be careful with the Degen. Now next up is going to be a Groot, and I'm going to use a Cable again because his special is very easily evadable, so I will just keep him to an SP1, and with the heavy attack those Degens will be stacking, and the Furies on Cable will be removed as well. So you get enough time after a parry to use your heavy attack. So even after the shrug off, so that you can use that to your advantage. You can also bring in synergy with white mags if it helps you, and you can do passive stun on Groot as well, but with disorient I would suggest that would not be a great option. So again, Cable is not like a truly viable champ for all the defenders here, but you can use against some of them whose animations for specials are short, and you can just always try to keep one disorient debuff on you and always parry and heavy, take them to a corner and then spam those heavies. Now next defender is going to be a Moleman. Now I'm gonna take advantage of Archangel of his immunity ability accuracy reduction. I'm gonna use parry and heavy so I can stay away from the rising sun furies, and at the same time I can apply neurotoxins. You just have to be careful in the beginning that he does not shrug it off because of monster mass and starts hitting you, because he hits really hard. Once you have 1 or 2 neurotoxins going, then it's a pretty much a straightforward fight. Just parry and heavy, use your specials if you have to, and you can easily melt him away. Other champions that can be used, I've also mentioned them. So it's all about study and slow fight with Moleman, and you can kill him off. Once you reduce his ability accuracy, your stuns will stick a lot more, and the monster mass will not get much of stacks on him, and you can easily kill him off. Archangel by far has been the most efficient for me. I've also tried Apocalypse here, I also tried Old Man Logan, they all work. I would suggest that Ghost should also work here, but remember that he's gonna have True Strike on him, so you can't just wait for him to come in. You have to play proactively and hit him when he's dashing into you. Next defender is going to be a King Groot. So I'm going to use a Proxima Ignite here. Now Proxima Ignite has 200% increased defensive ability accuracy while she is blocking. So when she is blocking or she's going to parry, Hard Knock Life will not trigger because of her base ability. So all I'm trying to do here, I'm going to slowly build up, do all the missions, and I'm going to use the specials to kill off King Groot. You don't have to go this way, you can use other champions that are much easier to do here. So Apocalypse is much easier, also your Mr. Negative is much easier here. You can also use your Guillotine 2099, but I was just having fun and play with Proxima Midnight, and she was a good option for this part, so I thought I'll show it off. So again, she will take away the Hard Knock Life Disorient away from the equation because of her ability accuracy while she is blocking. So that will give you an advantage, and you can slowly just build up your you can build up your all your missions, and you can end throw SP3s to kill him off. I tried to throw an SP3 after completing every mission, so also you can easily kill him off once you have 3 missions done. Now at the end of the path there is going to be a very nasty Magneto, so you need to bring in a right champ. You have to plan it in your path when you bring in your champions that you have to take you have to go against a Magneto. So you cannot use metallic champions unless they are immune to the magnetism. So you can bring in a Nimrod because Nimrod does not take any effect from the magnetism of Magneto, and also he is immune to ability accuracy against mutant champions, so that can work. In my case it's going to be Human Torch. Now every hit Magneto is gonna throw on me, or if I'm gonna block, that is going to be an energy attack, and that will give me smolders, and in turn that will give more damage on Magneto. Same goes with Quake. You can Quake the fight as well. She-Hulk is also a good option. Mr. Negative is a good one as well. You don't have to worry about the Degen as he is immune. And another option I would suggest is going to be Proxima. Although she is a metal champion, but while she is blocking, you can use that to your advantage, and you can kill off Magneto as well. It is an annoying fight, but the good part, you can parry. You don't have to deal with this. Unstoppable on the heavy, and just keep him to an SP1 and keep the baiting that and dexing that, and then you can just parry him and then use a good champion to kill him off. So make sure that you bring in a good counter for him when you're planning the champions for the path. And the boss is going to be a Spiderham. Now he will have steady build up with Fury, so every time you will have a debuff on you, he's gonna gain Fury. That is gonna increase his damage. Again, apart from that, he's gonna have shifting immunity with bleed and poison. So if you're gonna use a bleed champion, after a little bit of while he will go bleed immune and because of his shifting immunity. Also stung once, twice shy, so whenever as an attacker you will gain a bar of power. You will be affected with 4 seconds of power sting debuff. If you use a special attack, that will give you damage. And the best defense is that Spiderham's evade ability will be enhanced by another 60%. Now having said all of that, there are quite a few different champions like you can use. I like to use Moleman here because Moleman has that true strike, so don't worry about the evade and the best defense node. And secondly, also he can easily shrug off all of those debuffs that are applied during fight with Spiderham. That includes your power stings. So because of monster mass, he will shrug them off, and that will be stored at monster mass. Now I will highly suggest you do not activate your frenzy, because if you activate your frenzy, you will not be able to shrug off those debuffs, and also your true strike will go away if you activate frenzy or more than 10 monster mass on you. So that is one tip from Moleman, and you can just easily slow play it and you can kill off the opponent. Also your willpower is very helpful here, because with all of those non-damaging debuffs, you can heal up with your willpower as well. Other champions that can work really well are going to be your anti-spider champion, so your Venom and your Red Goblin are a good one here. You can also use Shang-Chi with that slow and that stun. Also a good one is going to be your Falcon with that anti-evade, and also as is the last boss of the as is the boss of the path, you can also use an Elsa Bloodstone. And if you have assassins, 5x5 Elsa Bloodstones will make really short work of Spiderham. You don't need any specials while you use Elsa Bloodstone. You can just use your basic attacks, and that will also kill off Spiderham. So there are quite a few different options, guys. I hope it helps. If it did, guys, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the post notifications. All of that really helps me out a lot and helps me grow the channel. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions or any suggestions. How did you do this part? I would love to hear from you guys. And apart from that, guys, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you next time.